What's the best way to create doubt on a cold call when you know that they use a competitor, not just the typical acknowledge question? Do you have fresh ideas, things that work well? Come back to Kiani, like what's happening for you, like when you're hearing this? Like walk us through, give us a little bit of
Well,
context.
that is like typical, no? Like you acknowledge, like, oh, great, because you already know that they work with a partner, so there's a need for your solution. So you acknowledge, so like, if you know that a competitor is lacking on certain responsiveness, you try to get into those questioning and then to try to create some doubt. I do realize that more and more now they're just going with everything is working really well, or we're really happy, and they just try to get rid of you as fast as possible. So even if you're asking those questions, it's very hard to get to the root of, okay, get more information from your target persona.
What I find, like, whenever you get the opportunity that they're with a competitor, everyone's natural instinct is, right, okay, I've now got to unleash my sales superpower here to win them over. But this is the opportunity where you need to stop selling and
Mhm.
get them to sell it for you. So immediately, if someone tells me, so like Salesfinity, one of our biggest competitors is Nooks. We come across them all the time. If anyone's looking at dialers, by the way, don't look at Nooks, look at Salesfinity. But I straight away go, okay, look, that's amazing. I'm happy that you guys have got something in place. Please tell me, like, what do you love about Nooks? And that will normally, first of all, it de-escalates the situation because they're expecting me to go, oh yeah, well, we do this and they don't do that and blah, blah, blah. And it puts the control, or at least some of the control, into their hands. Okay, fair enough. Maybe we're not a best fit for you now. Out of curiosity, what do you love about Nooks? And then when they give you some explanations, okay, do you mind if I ask what was going on in the first place that made you look at them? And what that does is, before I've even tried pushing my agenda on, because I am a salesperson, don't get me wrong, I've stopped selling for a minute, but I am going to be coming back. It lets me find out in a very low pressure way, okay, how do they feel about their current solution? What were the problems that were going on? And then after they've given me all of that, I can ask the power question of, okay, based on how things were before, how much would you say it's improved since you started working with them? And is there anything you would change? And then you can get them talking. One of my guys, Tom, he does it in an amazing French accent, but he goes like, if you could wave a magic wand and change one thing. And it's amazing, but I keep telling him that you've got to give them a bit of that trust back to go, okay, this person isn't going to keep forcing their pitch on me. They actually want to learn something about the space. What this also does for you is, don't get me wrong, you're going to find prospects that are the right fit. It's just the wrong time. What you can do then is you've gained so much intel and you've started building a relationship of trust that when it is the right time, because you can just go, okay, fair enough. If they say that it's perfect, you can find out what problems they dealt with, how this new tool is helping them. And then you just need to find out when the renewal is and you've got an opportunity to talk to them again. But when people have those solutions, it was a knee jerk reaction to start jumping in. Oh, well, this is how we're better. But like, no one's ever been convinced to move off a vendor because a salesperson's gone, oh, yeah, but we're better, and start trash talking the current solution because you're making the prospect feel like they've made the wrong choice. And that's the worst thing you can do in these type of conversations is make the prospect feel like they made a mistake. So you need to respect their decision, but also start being an advisor to them because they might teach you something about the product of your competition that you don't know about. And I find that a great source for me and my team is that if I ever get someone using a competitor, I will get as much information as I can. And then I will normally put in our SDR channel, just got off a prospect that's using Nooks. This is the latest that I've got, whether it's how much they're charging, how much they're like, what sort of things. And it just gives us a bit more intel so that when you do speak to someone that isn't signed up, you've got a few extra cards to play. So don't treat we're with a competitor as a complete lost opportunity.
Mm.
Treat it as something that you can learn and you might be able to turn that prospect around in the future.